Whoa, dude, how is this possible?
Big news and big horsepower from Ford.
Yes. So I think, well, I was in Iowa last night. Where were you?
Here?
Okay. And I think both of us screamed out, Ford is introducing a factory tune where they're boosting the horsepower of the Ranger Raptor and also the Bronco Raptor, boosting horsepower and torque by a huge amount, and the horsepower is now 455.
Yeah, and it was 405 before, so already this Ranger Raptor had a lot of horsepower for a mid-sized truck. I mean, we talk about some comparable vehicles. The Colorado or the Canyon, you can have with 310 horsepower,
Yes.
430 pound-feet of torque,
Yes.
which is pretty solid. The Tacoma, if you get the hybrid system, 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. But the regular Ranger Raptor had 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. So already pretty high numbers. Now 455 horsepower. And what's the torque?
536. And this is a factory certified tune. So the way this works, and actually Ford has done this before on previous generation Ranger, is basically if you own or if you're thinking about purchasing a Ranger Raptor or a Bronco Raptor, you can actually check a box at the dealership and it's $825 for a tune from the factory. So this is not an aftermarket thing, you're not going somewhere else. It's done at the dealership. The dealership will probably charge you something also.
Yeah.
Because it's some time that they have to, actually load the software into the truck.
But either way, I mean, if it's $825 out the door, that'd be great. Even if it's a little bit more, that's 50 extra horsepower and 106 pound-feet of torque for about $1,000. That's a pretty substantial gain.
Well, look at this dyno sheet that Ford published. You could kind of see, so the blue lines are horsepower, and the dotted line is what it was, and the solid line is where it is now. And look, even at, 2,000 RPM, 1,000 RPM, you always, you're getting more horsepower basically off idle almost.
And look, we're fawning over this a lot right now. We'll talk about maybe some of the potential cons of this as well, but we're not paid by Ford.
No.
We're just excited about this because we own one of these trucks, and we're gonna do this.
Yes.
100%.
Roman is not here right now this week, but I think, it's done.
Oh yeah,
We are
it's
doing
happening.
this.
We're trying it out.
And also, I think the reason why we're kind of giddy is because, like you said, there was already a class-leading horsepower and torque truck, basically, and now it's going to be insane. We're not focusing as much on the Bronco Raptor. The Bronco Raptor actually had a little bit more horsepower and torque than the Ranger Raptor, but now they're identical.
Yeah, so if you
after
get the
this
tune,
yeah.
it'll be the same thing on the Bronco Raptor, both a 3-liter twin-turbo V6.
And actually, I asked about this. How come the Bronco Raptor used to have a little bit more power than the Ranger Raptor? And there are different wheelbases, right? Exhaust systems are different. Some of the intakes are different. So the longer your exhaust, actually some more losses, are in the exhaust system for power. So, but now somehow magically Ford has sprinkled it with something, but there's no hardware changes.
Yeah, which is interesting. Definitely that big of an increase in horsepower and especially torque does bring up the question of durability. Already, this truck is on 33-inch tires, which is a decent-sized tire for a mid-sized truck, definitely not small.
Yeah.
And 536 pound-feet of torque is quite a bit of torque to be running through the rest of that powertrain. Now, Ford says that with this tune, it has passed all their durability requirements. So I guess it depends on how stiff their requirements are. But a lot of people modify their own vehicles, and that's not passing any kind of manufacturer requirements. So,
And it's a warranted.
yeah.
I mean, Ford is standing behind this tune, right? It's certified, 3 years, 36,000 miles, powertrain warranty.
Yeah. So theoretically, it should be reasonably durable enough. I think one of the most interesting things about this tune and the output is that you were able to actually compare it to some other trucks.
Yeah, but before we do that, I have many, many questions.
Oh, wow.
It says
You
right
do?
there, I have many questions.
You sure do.
First of all, how come they didn't do this from the get-go,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
If it can handle that much power.
yeah, why didn't they launch with that much power? I mean, there could be many answers to this. We don't have a statement from Ford on this. It could be related to certifications with the government. Maybe they gain confidence, right, after testing and testing and testing. And so there could be many answers for that. How much boost do you think they didn't state that.
Yeah, be
But
interesting to know. What
right
the peak
now,
boost is.
the highest boosted factory engine is probably the Hurricane. It's between 22 psi and 26 psi
Yeah,
on some of their versions.
Not discussing diesels.
Yeah, not discussing diesels. These are gas engines we're talking about. Also, some of the negatives could be efficiency, right? So we don't know. We don't know yet how it affects efficiency.
Yeah, although theoretically, if you're not in it all the time, then
You
it's
could
still the
be
same
out of
motor,
it.
So.
Yes. And what does it mean for competition? We're going to talk about some other trucks in a second, but like, do you think GM is going to step up somehow? I think that for 2.7 liter is already kind of, near the top of its potential.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
I'm not sure if the other brands have enough room to push their power figures up to match, because that 450 is
and
a lot.
Toyota is conservative.
Yeah.
Nissan is conservative. We don't know what Jeep is going to do. They have a plug-in version of the Gladiator coming out next year, right? So they might step up, with electricity. But also, what does it mean for F-150 Raptor owners?
Yeah, because like we were talking about, this new power figure for the Ranger Raptor rivals a lot of other much bigger vehicles.
And fancier and more expensive vehicles.
And one of them is the F-150 Raptor, 450 horsepower versus a 455 in the Ranger Raptor, a smaller truck. I'm not sure if Ford can leave that be that way.
Right, not for long anyways. The standard Hurricane Ram 1500, 420 horsepower, less. F-150 Hybrid, 430 horsepower. Hybrid Tundra, 437 horsepower. Lincoln Navigator, the new one, 440 horsepower.
Yeah.
And of course, the new Silverado is the same. 2025 Silverado 1500 is 420 horsepower.
Yeah, with a V8.
Yes.
So this Ranger Raptor, again, just to highlight how crazy this power output is on this truck. And it's already, as it sits, it is not a slow truck. Even here at altitude, it doesn't feel anemic. It feels quick with its current output.
I cannot wait to tune it. Roman is going to give us $1,000.
It's going to be awesome.
We're going to go to the dealer. I'm going to get it done. And we're going to document all of it. I want to test it before and after, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. So we want to test MPG. We
Yes.
want to test 0 to 60 and probably a full quarter mile
Yes.
time.
And also, I want to toaster it.
Yeah, so yeah.
We have the new TFL toaster test.
A little more explanation of
Yeah.
what that is we have a steep and long uphill drive that we'll tow with different trucks on. And the thing that makes it really difficult is it's a low speed drive. It's about 25 miles per hour for most of it. And because of that, you're not getting a ton of airflow. So trucks tend to heat up, especially if they're overstressed. So it would be interesting to take the Ranger Raptor and bring it up that test to
With a
see
trailer,
how it does at its max tow rating, not getting a ton of airflow, going up a steep grade at high elevation.
Yeah, because they're standing behind it with warranty, right? So we want to kind of put it to the test, right? So that's going to be very interesting. There's one more piece of news. Ford is organizing the Raptor Rally. This is near Salt Lake, Utah. This is near their Raptor school over there. And if you are going to participate this September in the Ford Raptor Rally, you get 20% off this tune on the Ranger Raptor and Bronco Raptor. But the rally will cost you $500.
That's cool. Is that the place that we went to in Utah?
Yeah. It's a place, and they're having owners come over basically and join this large celebration.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, I think it's always fun going out and finding your own trails, but that school had some cool facilities. So yeah, either way, we're definitely excited to try out this tune on our own truck because it's going to make it stupid fast.
And finally, a little speculation, right? Within a month or two, the Ram 1500 RHO high performance Ram is coming out with 540 horsepower. And here it is, F-150 Raptor is still sitting at 450, less than the Ranger Raptor.
They can't leave that be.
No. So we will have to see what happens.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Because they may have to upgrade some hardware on this 3.5, right? To kind of match the latest technology that they have on the 3.0, the 3-liter twin turbo. So
yeah, well, it doesn't seem like they have any reservations of taking an existing motor and turning it up. So maybe they'll just end up doing that with a V6. How cool would it be if they put a Coyote back in there and offered a supercharger option, kind of like what you can get through the dealer? You're not going to do that, but it would be cool.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know what you think. Yeah, it's pretty fun news today.
Oh, yeah. Not bad.
and check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place.